So we have Denny Danino, who is the marketing manager at ICM, International College of Manitoba, that is inside the University of Manitoba. We have Alina. Alina is the marketing manager at Ryerson University International College. Hi, Alina.
Hi, hola.
And we have Blake Ebert, who is a marketing director at Queens College at the City University of New York. Welcome, please have a seat. And we also have here connected from all the way from Canada, we have Elena Allen, who is marketing director at WLIC at Wilfrid Laurier University. And we also have Fadi, who is the marketing director at Fraser International College in Vancouver. So welcome, everybody. I'm going to sit down here.
Gracias.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's talk about some interesting topics here. We would like to understand or have the audience understand that the program that you guys offer in all the colleges is similar or the same. So what can you tell us about the program itself?
Sure.
Yeah, like
Yeah, thank you so much. Great question, Angie. One of the great things about our programs on our university college campuses is that it's a great soft kind of landing spot for international students. Our programs are great for students to really get acclimated to each kind of education system within North America, so within Canada and the United States as well too. And the best thing about it is the professors are very familiar with working with international students. We've had students on campus all the time that have come and kind of spoken to us about how much of a help it was coming through our programs to help them get used to what it's like being an international student in a new country where the language is oftentimes not their first language, whereas they're working to kind of improve that as well. And we've even seen it in terms of helping them with their GPAs and being better academically as they progress on as well too. So it's a great spot for students to come through as they look to enter into a new country.
Thank you. And how about those students who are already well academically speaking, and maybe their English level is already good? How this program can be of help?
Right. So as Blake mentioned, this is a transition program for a student who maybe does need extra time for English language, or if they meet the requirements for English, they're welcome to begin their academic studies right away. They don't have to take extra courses in English in order to improve. So the system it works well for students, again, who need English help or who have achieved the academics and English requirement that they need. Being a soft landing, a transition program, there's a support system in place that really does help the system, our students, to really become a part of the community. There's advisors dedicated only to the international group that we have. That can be academic advising, that can be personal advising, financial advising. It's helping students to transition into life in Canada. And so being only international students as their classmates, this gives them a chance to really see what it's like to be in a new place, on a new campus, but still have all the accessibility of everything they want to do. They can access all the facilities on campus. They can access the pool, the gym, everything they want to do. And so this helps students to make sure that they're going to be successful in their next upcoming years at the university. So yes, English, if they need help, we have that. It's one of the student supports that we offer. And if they are ready to go, then no problem. They don't have to complete English with us as well.
Okay, so you can say something else?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that I used to be an international student myself who came to Canada and studied, and I would admit that I think my English was quite decent already, and I believe I was coming with pretty much good grades. But still, I really in favor of such programs because I still remember that first year. The first year, it's no matter what you do, you're coming to a new country, right? You're away from your parents. Some students cannot even cook, they never done it before. As Blake mentioned, English is not their first language. That was my case as well. So, and you want to know somebody local. You want to get support on a daily basis. Maybe you want to have like someone's WhatsApp, that's what we do. Our student advisors have a connection on a regular basis with our international students. And I remember myself sitting in class where there were like a lot of Canadian students. And sometimes if I would not understand something, you will like think twice if you want to ask a question or not. So in our case, talking to the students, they are always sharing that how grateful they are in class with other international students. So they're on the same boat, you know. So they're coming from different parts of the world. Canada is so new to them. Parents are away, and they get this extra support from each other and from us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had the opportunity to talk to a couple of students now that I recently visited Canada and your colleges. And it was really interesting seeing how these students really feel welcome and in a very easy, space. So they don't feel that overwhelmed, because it's already overwhelming to go to a new country, like you were saying, with a different language. Even if you are a master in Mexico or in Colombia, Ecuador, Nicaragua, and you know that you speak because you've been studying in this bilingual or international school, because that was my case as well. You get there and you're like shocked. So then it's nice to have somewhere to go, right? Where you're going to be like slowly, integrated, right? So Fadi, Lee Ellen, can you add a little bit more about this program?
Yeah, of course. First of all, I want to say, and maybe I share the sentiment with Lee Ellen, I'm jealous that you have Jenny and Elena and Blake sitting there in Mexico with you. We would love to be there in person. It looks great. So from Vancouver, I will tell you a little bit more. I mean, my colleagues there covered it quite well. I think another thing that we do really well is we build communities. So we're really trying to find and get you integrated into your own community of other international students that have come and experienced what you've experienced, but also into the community of our city, of our province, of our country, to make you really integrated right into the community.
Director at WLIC at Wilfrid Laurier University.
To make you really integrated right into the
Wilfrid Laurier University.
To make you really integrated right into the
Wilfrid Laurier University.
To make you really
just 1 second, Fadi, please.
Integrated right into the.
If you can wait for a second, something happened with the recording.
Yes, I noticed.
The record is skipping.
Yeah,
Betty, you are repeating yourself.
And it's me, and I don't want to hear myself over and over again.
Enjoy hearing your voice back.
Exactly.
And put some music behind that single.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, Fadi, sorry. Can you continue? Don't worry, we will edit it.
No worries, no worries. All I was saying is really our big piece that we offer students is building their own communities and being integrated into the community they're moving into. It's all part of that soft landing. It's all part of making sure they have a great experience. For a lot of our students, they end up staying behind for working and so on. And so really giving them that great foundation to build a wonderful life wherever they choose, whether it's in Manitoba or New York or Toronto or Brantford or Vancouver. Lee Ellen, over to you.
Yeah, and a couple other things. We have very accessible entry points for students. So even if you are a really great student, if you forgot to do math for some reason, we still have options for you. At WLIC, we don't need science for our science programs. You can do those with us. So if there's something a little bit challenging with what courses you took, there may be some options for you. And additionally, we have intakes 3 times a year. So January, May, and September. So if for some reason, you weren't quite ready for September or you were waiting on your visa, you can still come in January and May. And in our case, we do a hybrid model of learning where you can start online and then transition to in person when you get here. So in that case, there's a lot more flexibility with the Navitas programming than there is with the direct entry September only programming that most universities offer.
Yeah, totally. Thank you, Leila, for pointing that out, because that's something that we like to tell to all the students that when we speak about Navitas. and its programs, because many times it's going to be super challenging for an international student to be admitted in a university, and this is a perfect way of doing it for all these reasons that we've been mentioning. So now let's move on to another question. Since we now understand that Navitas is present in all of these different universities, how about you guys tell us more what makes each of your colleges different? So let's talk about location. Let's talk about program streams, price range, and scholarships. Do you want to start, Blake?
I'd love to. Thank you so much, Angie. Yeah, so I work at Queens College, the City University of New York. In terms of location, as you may imagine, just through the name, we are located in wonderful New York City. So New York City, many people don't realize just how large it is. You think it's large from movies, maybe you visited before as well too, but it is so massive throughout that as well too. But the best thing about it is it has a lot of opportunities, whether it be if you're living there, if you're an international student there too. So whether it be for your academics, but also when it comes to the job force as well too, once they graduate. Our campus is in the Queens area of New York City, and Queens is actually the most diverse urban place on the entire planet. I tell people, I promise I'm not making that, but that is actually a true statistic. Within our campus population at Queens College, we have 19,000 students, and 35% of them are international students as a whole. So New York City is a wonderful destination if you are looking to get that great experience, but our campus obviously is kind of that traditional American university experience too, that you get to hopefully get when you're there too, in terms of making friends, clubs, and organizations as well. Now, in terms of programs, we offer 70 different undergraduate programs. So we do focus on undergraduate students of coming for a bachelor's degree. Our emphasis is on business programs, science programs, and art programs as well too. Art, especially being in New York City, it's a big focal point for us as well too. We've had students that have gone on to actually do things on Broadway, believe it or not, as well too, which is great. Computer science, business administration are our two most popular majors that students are studying as well too. So many different offerings, no matter what you're looking to study as well too. In terms of pricing, Queens College, we are very proud to say that we are actually ranked number 9 in the United States for most affordable mid-sized to large college and university. So if you're hoping to go to an institution that has both ranking and affordable fees, hopefully we can be a good fit for you. Our tuition is just a little bit over $17,000 US per year throughout that. And then finally, probably one of the most important questions and things I always love to talk about, scholarships. So we do have scholarships each and every year for international students. So just as an example, this upcoming year, we have a $2,000 entry scholarship for all international students coming to Queens College as well too. If you're looking to apply maybe 1 year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years later as well too, we're happy to notify all students about what's available at that time. So really excited to always talk about that.
That's really nice. And yeah, we know that a lot of Latin American students really like New York as a destination. So I think this is a great opportunity for you guys to consider going there, again, through a self-transitioning program that will welcome you, get you through it on the first year, and then so you're ready to go and continue in the university, all your program, your bachelor's degree. Okay, so how about you, Elena, please?
Sure. So as you already know, I represent Ryerson University International College. We're located on campus of Ryerson University. It's one of the best universities in Canada, also recognized worldwide. So employers, which is I think one of the most important components, they recognize the graduates and the quality of the students that graduate from this institution. So a little bit about Toronto. As you already heard, I used to be an international student. I'm in love with the city, and I still consider that for me personally was the right choice. And I think for younger students who are coming to the city, who are looking for to build their life in Canada, maybe their family, to build their careers, that's a wonderful opportunity because lots of businesses are around that area. We're like walking distance from the financial district as well, you know, big companies, Amazon, Google, even Cirque du Soleil is one of our partners. So it's fascinating how many opportunities students get, as well as the work placements that are provided within our programs. So it's a top 10 Canadian comprehensive university, and worth mentioning, it's a public university, 40,000 students on campus. And the one of the key selling points, I would say, is location, location, location again, right? So we have a local Times Square, we call it Dundas Square, which is again, walking distance. So if you love busy city life, if you love to be an epicenter of action, as I say, you know, so that would be a really good choice for you. Regarding the programs, we focus a lot on business. Even if we talk about law, we kind of connect it with business. So we have one of the unique programs called Law and Business. We have entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship, I would say it's in the air at Ryerson University because of the multiple business incubators that we're proud of. So we have 10 business incubators. We call them Ryerson zones. One of the business incubators is the #1 university-based incubator in the world. It's located in a former Google office, again, downtown, and even investors know the space. So they know that we grow the best minds and business ideas. They are happening right there on campus of Ryerson, and they select the best student ideas and they invest money, you know? So, and another thing worth mentioning that it's not only for business students, those business incubators are open for any major. So students from any major could actually join and do it outside the class. Arts programs such as psychology, politics and governance, and then urban sustainability, it's one of them. Real estate management, real estate is booming because it's a great city for international students and newcomers. So they're always coming, so there's always demand for real estate and specialists in this. And one of the highlights is Creative Industries program. So we're very proud of this program as well as professional communication. So Creative Industries is one of the most unique programs in North America. So what it does, sorry for taking maybe extra time, I just want to emphasize that students during their studies, they select two areas, creative areas, could be game, production, television, music, and multiple other options, or fashion maybe. So you choose 2 of them, and you also take courses on business and communication, you know, so you have options to exercise your career in various avenues, not only one specific field. And that's what Ryerson does very, very well. I think basically creating this kind of programs that are tailored to the business side of it.
As well. Pricing?
The pricing. So if we talk about US dollars, that would be about 25,000 US dollars, or comes to 31,000 Canadian dollars. We also provide scholarships. So right now scholarship is up to 10%, which comes to over 3,000 Canadian dollars. And again, 3 intakes, January, May, and September. I would love to welcome all the students. The scholarships are limited, so please apply as soon as possible.
Thank you, Elena. Thank you. Jenny, please.
Sure, thank you. So ICM is, we've been with the University of Manitoba Navitas program for 15 years now. And so ICM is one of the longest running programs connected to the university. We are right in the middle. So we've got Navitas partners from coast to coast, essentially from North America, west and east. And right in the center, we've got ICM in Manitoba. So right in the middle of Canada is my city, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Winnipeg is a very unique city. We are a fairly big city by comparison in Canada, but by comparison to Mexico City, we'd be quite small, which may be refreshing. It is a different feeling. Winnipeg is a community. Fatty mentioned community earlier. And I think in all of Canada and into the US, we can say that when you enter the country, you're going to belong. You're going to feel as though you're welcomed by all the people there. And no place does that better, in my opinion, than Manitoba. Friendly Manitoba is our nickname, and it's our nickname for a reason. Students who are welcome to our campus and to our city, I think, feel that right away, especially when they're entering through a program, the transition program like we have, where students are really welcomed, they're integrated into the community, they have access to so many fun things to do. Winnipeg is known for being a cultural capital as well. We have festivals for every time of the year. We celebrate winter, it happens, it gets cold, we love it.
It snows.
It happens, but we love it, we embrace it. All 4 seasons makes it really exciting. You're getting to experience something very different probably from your everyday. And this makes it worth it. It's a real adventure to come and spend some time in a completely different country. And I applaud all the students. I think it's so brave and so amazing that you're thinking about traveling away from home and going somewhere completely different and trying something really new. So if you're looking for something very, very different from your everyday, Winnipeg is probably one of the most different places you'll go. My city, again, is known for having really amazing connection to arts, theater, amazing restaurants. It's extremely multicultural, so you will be in familiar presence. People from all over the world settle in Manitoba for a reason. It's an easy access point for immigration, so way down the road, sometimes students find that to be a real benefit to choosing Manitoba first. So the location makes a big difference. Our programs would be kind of connected to the city as well. We are located right on the campus at the University of Manitoba, which is towards the south end of the city. It is a large campus. We have many different programs. It is the medical doctoral university in Manitoba, so it is the biggest university with the most available to students. Our programs through ICM in particular that are really outstanding, that students really want to come to us for, would be, of course, engineering. That's our biggest one.
That's a big one in
Big
Latin
one,
America,
yeah. Engineering. Even speaking to the students this week, engineering was probably number one. The question I was asked. So engineering, yes. Agriculture is also very big. Agriculture and food science is kind of an up and coming program. It's an industry that is incredibly important. Of course, it's what we eat, how we eat it, and no better place to learn about what we eat and growing crops than the prairies of Canada, where we grow all of your crops. So this is an amazing place to do some unique programs such as those. Our programs, of course, in arts and sciences, we have many different options, much like my colleagues here. And so these are some of the programs that make us stand out a little bit. When you're coming into the university, you're going to be taking the second year classes after you take classes with us. And the price is actually quite similar from ICM to the University of Manitoba. So it won't be such a shock. Because the cost of living in Winnipeg is so low, it doesn't cost very much to rent an apartment or buy a house or grocery shop or spend time doing fun things. So the cost of tuition is also low. It's reflected as part of the low cost of living in my city. So our tuition is around 20,000 Canadian, and that's similar again as you're going up into your second, third, and fourth year at the university. It will be quite comparable to that. So 20,000 goes a long way. Your option to live on campus, of course, you have many different options. We would say that range between $13,000 to $15,000 for your cost of living for 1 year. So it's very reasonably priced for the high value that you're receiving when you attend ICM and eventually University of Manitoba. We do have scholarships as well, of course, and the earlier you apply, the better. Yes, we're happy to give you up to $2,000 depending when you apply, and that is a scholarship that is yours should you choose to apply for it. It's just as easy as that. There are always lots of scholarships for students in their second, third, and fourth year of university, and I always encourage every student to apply for anything and everything you think you can. You never know what kind of scholarship you might be awarded, but if you don't apply, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
So it's always worth taking a look. We have lots of that information available on our website. And of course, our student supports are there to help you understand your options for scholarships and financials as well. So again, that support system is really there. And I think that's what helps to integrate those students into the community within Manitoba.
Thank you, Jenny. Fadi, can you please elaborate in your college?
I sure can. All right. Well, I'm sitting on top of Vancouver right now. So we are right on the west coast of Canada. You asked about city first, so let's start there. So Vancouver is the third most livable city in the world. We are the second greenest city in the world as well. I mean, our location is just wonderful. We have mountains on one side. I keep pointing behind me. I hope you can see it. And we have this beautiful city right there. Lots of outdoor spaces, lots of things to do here in Vancouver. Now I'm going to transport you from the city right to our campus. So I think my picture changed. Simon Fraser University is our partner here at Fraser International College. We are the oldest college in the Navitas network here in Canada. Part of SFU, you get to study on top of Burnaby Mountain, of course, so you get to do all your outdoorsy things that you like. So that's location for us. I mean, we are in a very cosmopolitan city on the west coast of Canada. There's lots to do, from shopping to dining to arts to, if you want to go hiking, skiing, if you want to go swimming, you have it all in Vancouver. Now, SFU is the #1 comprehensive university in Canada. As part of FIC, you'll have access to a lot that SFU has to offer. One of the big selling features that we tell our students is we are the #1 comprehensive university. We have lots of programs for you to choose from, but we also provide you a lot of flexibility. So at SFU, students are allowed to pick and choose from different faculties to build their degree. So while you will need a certain number of core courses to complete your degree, let's take engineering or business, for example, you can actually try out courses from other faculties. One of the biggest selling features for us is that students can actually have a holistic approach to education, and they can learn about other disciplines, other areas that they may be interested in, but that's not what they may want to do when they graduate. So some of our popular programs, well, the Faculty of Business for us, the BD School of Business is in the top 1% business schools in the world. Of course, engineering, mechatronics engineering is a big one for us as well. You've asked a little bit about where our students have worked and moved to. We have great co-op programs that are available throughout our faculty. So every single faculty has a co-op, which is a paid internship while you study. Our students have worked for Facebook, for Microsoft. They've worked for many big companies that operate in Vancouver, but we also have students that travel internationally for their internship terms as well. So if that's of interest for you, I know you're moving to Canada already, which you're moving internationally, but you can move internationally again to do a work term somewhere else if that's of interest to you. All right, housing. Yes, we have on-campus housing. We always encourage you to apply early. If you are applying for the September intake, apply as early as possible. We have a certain number of rooms that are set aside for students right now, and they'll only be set aside till June. So let us know if you are applying, and if you're applying to housing. We have housing on campus. That's one of the options. You can certainly live in homestay. You can certainly live off campus as well. We do have a few housing options off campus. So that's on the housing front. The scholarship front, we do have scholarships every year. This is the first time I'm announcing this, but we will have a scholarship that's tied to the Faculty of Environment that will be launched in a couple weeks from now. The Faculty of Environment at SFU is a very prestigious faculty. They do a lot of work globally, and we've partnered with them this year to run a scholarship program specific to students interested in environment. So that'll be launched in a week or so, so please stay tuned for that. Our tuition costs, so tuition for your first year here at FIC is about 33,000 Canadian dollars. You get all the supports that all my colleagues have talked about, the advising, the community building, all of that as well is included in your FIC year. So look forward to see you either on top of the mountain or somewhere in Vancouver. And I'm going to pass it on to Lee Ellen.
Thank you. Yes, Lee Ellen, please.
Thanks, Fatty. And now we're going to move from all of your big cities to Brantford, Ontario. So WLIC is located an hour outside of Toronto. You can take the train, no problem. It runs all the time into Toronto. We are a smaller city of about 100,000 people. So it feels like a neighborhood, and we are definitely a community-based university. All of our buildings are in downtown. They're all integrated into the city life of Brantford. Everyone will talk to you. It's easy to make friends. There is absolutely no way you will not know a whole bunch of Canadians if you come to Brantford. We have housing at Laurier University. You stay with Laurier University students inside the university residence, unless you want to go out on your own. You can rent an apartment, and you can usually get a room for around $400 or $500 a month. Brantford is definitely the most affordable opportunity for you in Ontario. It costs about $1,000 less a month to live in Brantford than somewhere like Toronto. Our bus pass is included and all of those things. So if you're looking for somewhere warm and friendly and affordable, we're a really great option for you. In terms of programming, first I should mention, we are also one of the top ranked universities in Canada. We're in the top 10 for comprehensive. All of the Navitas programs always link with really prestigious, very high quality universities. That's one of the things our company prides itself on. And what we rank in specifically We're in the top 10 for every, like, comprehensive in terms of academic quality and that, but also always rank in the top 5 for student experience. So teaching, advising, extracurricular, mental health, health support, all of the student life. This is really the student life kind of university. Our programs are very well reputed and especially popular in terms of employment outcomes. So our employment outcomes are one of the highest in the country. 96% of students go on to secure jobs when they graduate from Laurier. And some of the reasons for that is we are very strong at preparing students for career. We have the largest job fair in the country, and we do it with Waterloo. So it's we do it twice a year, linked with Waterloo University. In the fall, the employers will come and you can meet them. And then in the spring, they'll actually interview you for your jobs. We have co-op in 40 different programs. A lot of our programs, like computer science, have embedded work experience from 12 to 16 months. Students will study in Brantford, and then they can go on to study in Waterloo, where, of course, we have Google and Amazon and BlackBerry and all of the Silicon Valley type of companies for students to do their internships. Some of our most popular programs are data science, user experience design, computer science. We also have film and film studies. And with that program, students can do a diploma at Vancouver Film School concurrently with their degree. Lots of options in business. We don't do our business as just a regular BBA with a specialty in accounting. We do a full accounting degree plus economics, a full financial management degree plus economics. Our economics program had 100% employment rate. It's really well known. And why Laurier does things this way is because students get an extra add-on to their degree, so they have extra skills and they stand out in the workforce. In terms of cost, I mentioned that it is quite affordable to live in Brantford. It also has one of the lowest unemployment rates in Canada, which means it's pretty easy to get a job. There's lots of opportunities to work on campus and off campus. Our tuition is very similar to that of Ryerson. We're about 24,000 US, 30,000 Canadian. We do, however, have more prestigious scholarships. We have up to $5,000 for students. And yeah, that would be our scholarship program. I mentioned housing, that we have residents, and that we are very community-based.
Thank you, Lee-Ellen, and thank you everyone for joining us today from Canada and here in Mexico City. We are very proud to be organizing this International Higher Education Mission. And then, we're gonna say goodbye. Just think about Navitas students. Think about all of these great universities, as they were just mentioning. This could be your one best option to go and transition to some of the best universities in the US and Canada. So reach out to Team Up for Education or reach out directly to each and every one of these colleges if you want to get into any of their programs. We are here to support you through your process. Muchas gracias a todos. Que tengan una linda mañana. Nos vemos.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas
Hasta
gracias.
luego. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.